Rainwater harvesting was one of the recurring themes of the Second African Water Week, November 2009, hosted by the South African government and attended by over 1,000 delegates from African water ministries and departments, academics, civil society and the private sector. Indeed, rainwater harvesting was seen as both a way of achieving Millennium Development Goals on poverty, hunger, water and sanitation, gender equality, child's health, and environmental sustainability, as well as being an important climate change adaptation strategy. A short film by the United Nations Environment Programme was shown at the opening plenary. The film, entitled Africa's Water Resources Atlas, highlighted a unique Kenyan example of rainwater harvesting.
By implementing a rainwater harvesting method, this large rock is the backbone to their solution. When it rains, water runs down the face of this rock and gathers into this reservoir.
Now what sets us apart is in too many places virtually nothing has been spent on rain harvesting and storage. So the absence of rain very speedily translates into a complete absence of water.
An important side event on the role of rainwater harvesting for meeting the Millennium Development Goals was chaired by the Honourable Minister Maria Mutugamba of Uganda and hosted by UNEP. Elizabeth Kaka outlined UNEP's rainwater harvesting program for Africa.
The specific objective is to increase water security on the African continent through widespread collection and storage of rainwater harvesting to improve human livelihoods and ecosystem functioning to contribute to the MDGs. It is not only water for drinking, it's water for drinking, water for agriculture, water for livestock, water for even storing water en masse in aquifers.
We built the tanks, and now, I am standing here, I know how to build a tank. I know to start a tank, the roof and the top. So I thank them because we get our knowledge. And again, that time, we are not empowered women because at our culture in Maasai land, the woman cannot stand in front of the men because you are not important. You are like a little child. But the time they came at our community, now we are empowered. We can stand in front of men and we can eat with men.
The main aim of the project really was to empower women in rainwater harvesting. And the rainwater harvesting has actually changed the lives of those women very, very much, particularly the girl child who is now able to go to school rather than go to fetch water. And at the same time we had sanitation, which was part and parcel of the rainwater harvesting project.
We also look at technologies which can be used for agricultural production. Starting from the in-situ water harvesting techniques, conservation agriculture is probably one of the biggest ways in which rain-fed agriculture can be upgraded so as to enhance productivity at farmer level. And in the current plots that we've been looking at, you can find that productivity can be increased threefold. Currently, smallholder farmers, if you look at the case of maize, are producing like 1,000 kilograms or 1 ton of maize, but with conservation agriculture, just by changing the tillage practice and also maintaining a good cover on the soil surface, you can triple the yield. You can go up to about 3,000 kilograms of maize per hectare.
Let us remember that the issues of climate change are real in all of our lives. Let us remind the world that the challenges we face range from deep hunger to national security. Let us also be reminded that whilst there's so much attention paid, and correctly so, to carbon emissions, with energy there are alternatives. With water there is none.
The reality of climate change was spoken about repeatedly, and a 2-day parallel session was held on climate change adaptation and water, where Dr. Vasile Monte of the International Rainwater Harvesting Alliance spoke on the African experience of rainwater harvesting and climate change. She highlighted the International Panel on Climate Change's recommendation to expand rainwater harvesting, water storage and conservation techniques, and called on governments at all levels to include rainwater harvesting as a climate change adaptation strategy.
Mainly people who would find rainwater harvesting applicable as a quick solution are usually poor and they cannot afford initial investment for rainwater harvesting. So that's why we have been trying to encourage governments at all levels. At the continental level, we've been talking to AMCAO to really look into ways in which they can encourage all the governments on the continent to incorporate rainwater harvesting within their policies. So during the Brazzaville meeting, there was a declaration by AMCAO to have a program on rainwater harvesting within the AMCAO mandate.
I think rainwater harvesting is extremely crucial for African countries. Right now the people need water, and this can only be assured through very accelerated implementation of rainwater harvesting at community and household level.